Today, I'm going to share with you something that will make you shiver in fear. Actually, no, it will make you shiver a bit, but you will love it, okay? It will actually improve your sleep, improve your energy, and bring you a whole host of benefit that you wouldn't expect. What are we talking about, Stephen? We are talking about using cold to supercharge your sleep. Are you ready for it? Yeah, I think so. Let me just melt away as per usual, and so that you can have a look at what we're covering today. What will we be covering, Stephen? We'll be covering... I'll be covering a encounter with the Iceman. Okay, if you haven't come across the Iceman before, you'll soon find out. We'll cover how to start using code to boost your energy and to boost your sleep. We'll talk about some frequently asked questions about using code to help improve your energy and sleep, and followed by an action plan. A plan to put this into practice. So you're going to have to try this today. Okay? I hope. Trying something is how you learn. If you never try and you already dismiss it, you lose an opportunity to learn something new. Make sense? Got it. Cool. All right. Well, what's this? Who's this? Anyone know who this person is? Yeah. Okay. A lot of you are probably wondering, who the heck is this guy? Well, he's the Guinness World Record holder for the furthest swim under ice. Now, that was broken later on by someone else, but he was the first person to set the record, or one of the first person to set a world record. He swam he recorded the fastest half marathon barefoot on ice and snow. Okay, barefoot. Imagine that. World record longest time in direct full body contact with ice, 16 times. He set the world record 16 times. Beaten by other people, got it back. Beaten by others, got it back. Amazing. And climbed Mount Everest to an altitude, Mount Everest, to an altitude of 7,400 meters, wearing nothing but shorts and shoes and no oxygen. He just did it. Kind of a bit of a freak, right? Now, when I first come across this guy, I was just amazed at his accomplishment, but also really intrigued by what he talked about using code to elevate his performance. And I went and trained with him because as someone who wants to continue to learn, I have to continue to be open-minded and train with others who are able to do things I can't do. Well, I certainly can't go and climb Mount Everest with nothing but my shorts, right? Well, he can. So he has something that I don't have, and therefore I can benefit by going to his event to train with the Iceman himself. So he came to Sydney, this is many years ago, and I found out about the event. I said, I got to sign up, and I did. I'm so glad I did. What they did is they got a professor from the University of New South Wales who talks about the biological impact of using cold as therapy. What does it do to your body? And it turns out that cold creates a form of hormetic stress. So hormetic stress, it's an implementation of this saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Yeah, so we're creating hormetic stress every time we exercise. We pump iron. We are literally creating a very short burst of very intense stress on the body. And we know going to the gym is not going to kill you. So your body is forced to adapt and therefore become stronger that way. Cold work very similar. And what they find out through a lot of science is that cold increases your resilience. So the fact that you're deliberately introducing something that's stressful for the body, over time, it actually makes it stronger. It makes it much less likely to get sick, much less likely to get, not just sick, but much less likely to be interrupted by your environment. And this is what he demonstrated. Now, Wim Hof is probably one of the best studied person in the world. He's had all kinds of tests done to him, but he's really open about it. He's very open to make sure that what he can accomplish for himself is not just for himself, but for humanity. So he would go to any research, do university, have himself probes, plugged in, blood tests, whatever, just so that they can put some science behind what he's doing and show that how that it works, and more people can benefit from the same thing that he has benefit from. So what are some of the benefits? Okay, well, what I learned from the Heisman, then this is a picture of him being probed by a scientist. So it's a bit, it kind of reminds me of X-Men. I don't know, if you're a mutant, you'll be probed and studied by the military to work out your secret. This is a volunteered man allowing himself to be probed so that we can learn his secret. And this is what we uncovered, right? Some of the benefits. When you use cold therapy, improves detoxification. It actually helps your body pump out more toxins so that you're cleaner and you're lighter. Increases energy and reduces fatigue. Amazing. Metabolism and body fat reduction. So metabolism is increased, which is kind of ironic. You think that cold is going to slow down your metabolism. But what happens is after this cold shock, your body is actually going into emergency mode. And therefore, it say we need to fix this. We need to help change the body to adapt. And it does that by actually creating a lot of mitochondrial-rich brown fat. So it literally looks like brown-colored fat. So you have white fat, which doesn't have much mitochondria, which is a storage mechanism. But brown fat, which baby have tons of, actually create physical heat. And that increased metabolism through the increase of brown fat will actually burn more calorie every moment of your day. So there's a demonstration which the increase of brown fat will reduce your body fat over time. So what else does it do? Improve circulation. So people who have basically bad circulation or maybe suffer from diabetes and their extremities have very poor circulation, this actually has helped. Okay, what else? Increase physical resilience to stress. Okay, resilience to stress. It's kind of forced mental toughness training. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And improve mood and focus, makes you feel happy. What happens is epinephrine, norepinephrine, or the good feeling hormones is actually created when you actually go through cold. Upgrade mitochondria through mitochondria uncoupling, which is it's a scientific word that basically just think about how it actually increases the amount of engines you have in every cell of your body. When you use cold therapy, the mitochondria, known as the power plant of your cell, you have about 1,000 to 2,000 mitochondria for every cell in your body, every single cell. And that's what is creating energy to keep you alive, to help you think, help you do everything that you do. So when you can increase the amount of mitochondria in every cell, what happens is you actually upgrade your energy production, and you are actually stronger and healthier. And that is called mitochondria uncoupling. And if you're interested, go and do more research. It's for me, it's fascinating to think about what is happening in our body every single second of the day. And we're oblivious to it. Like, it's not something we're not conscious of, but it just happened. It reduces inflammation and pain, especially if you've got arthritis, joint pain. A lot of people think cold is not good for that. There's actually tons of research and a lot of anecdotal evidence for people who are suffering arthritis and had significant reduction or complete elimination of pain. So it's worthwhile thinking about if you have got arthritis. And last, of course, not the least, Why we're here? It improves your sleep. So the list goes on. And for many people who try cold, like they were skeptical, everybody is. Nobody enjoys cold for fun. But when they can let go of their preconceived notion of what cold is and isn't, and be empty their cup and completely experience it for what it is, they transform their lives. Okay, keep that in mind. So now when it comes to cold for sleep, it's a little bit controversial because some people think, isn't a warm bath better? Because we talk about warm bath, magnesium, so like a bath salt, right? Magnesium bath salt is known as Epsom salt, and the Epsom salt hot bath or warm bath, actually not hot, warm, not too hot, warm bath will help relax you and help you calm yourself down to go to bed comfortably. So isn't the cold the opposite? And for many people, cold does actually stimulate, right? So this is something that you want to experiment with, because for some people, doing a cold therapy before bed actually significantly boosts their deep sleep, the quality of the deep sleep. I've got some idea about why that is, but it is something that you want to experiment. For some people, hot works better, but there are right up from certain biohacking circles where the cold does the opposite of what you expect, in that it improves your sleep. Now, whether we talk about sleep before sleep or during the day, know that cold therapy improves your overall health in totality. It's just the timing of when to do it. So one option is having a cold during the day. Cold therapy during the day does actually help with your sleep, right? Remember what I introduced earlier is that your sleep routine is not just happening at night. Your body doesn't have a on-off switch. It's not like wake, sleep, wake, sleep. It goes through, oh, I'm waking up. Oh, I'm getting tired, right? It goes in phases and cycles. So it doesn't switch. It's not black and white. So, and what you do during the day to elevate your day energy will also help with your sleep. So how does it do that? Let's talk about cold during the day. In detoxification, we are surrounded by toxins and pollutants. Anything we can do to improve detoxification will help your body recover and function better during the day, and that can help with your sleep at night. Increased energy and reduced fatigue, helping you function better during the day. The metabolism and body fat reduction. So metabolism, remember, is your blood sugar regulation. So metabolism, having healthier metabolism and having metabolic flexibility will actually reduce the blood sugar spikes and troughs. So what that does is, if it's more even, you go to bed in a more, you're less likely to wake up in the middle of the night. You have easier way of getting to bed, and you want that during the day. Physical resilience to stress. So you're less likely to get injured, and that means you go to sleep better. Like injuries is actually a major sleep undermining factor. Okay? And how about cold before bed? How does that work? And this is where you're going to try. You can do cold during the day, which will help with sleep anyway. But if you find cold before bed is interfering, then you might try cold during the day. But for some of you, cold before bed can actually help you sleep better through perhaps increased circulation. So as we go through cold, what happens is your lymphatic system starts to contract and pump, right? That contraction and pump, and as well as your blood vessels. So the lymphatic system is what clears out the junk of your body, right? Only any lactic acid buildup when you're doing exercise to clear out through your lymphatic system. And when it starts to pumping, it pumps better, and so does your blood circulatory system. When that pumps better, you can sleep better. And another mechanism that it can work before bed is just the upgrade of mitochondria. Remember, the glymphatic system is the detox pathway for your brain. The lymphatic is your body, the rest of your body, but the glymphatic starts with a G. It clears out the junk from your central nervous system and through your brain. And that is directly powered by your mitochondria. And if your mitochondria is working poorly, you won't clear out the junk in your brain very well, and you get up a buildup of junk protein. And that's what contributes to diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's in buildup of beta amyloid proteins, for example, tau protein. These are all junk protein that's been building up, and that is a contributing factor to having those brain-related diseases. And when your glymphatic system works better, because you do cold therapy, it can help with sleep because it helps the glymphatic system work better. Another mechanism that you can contribute to good sleep is the reduction of inflammation. So inflammation, whether you exercise too much, you can find that cold therapy before sleep can significantly reduce it, and therefore you have a high quality of sleep. Or body ache, again, pain reduction is going to help with sleep. So something to experiment. The reality is you are unique. You're not me, you're not someone else, you are you. So what I want you to take away, if nothing else from this course, is to take control. You own the outcome, you're accountable, and you will suffer the consequences as well as the benefit, right? So make sure that you take control. Don't listen just to anyone else. Experiment, test and experiment. Try it for yourself. Cost nothing, okay? So how do you actually get started? Does that mean you have to jump into the ice pool today, going back 20 kilograms of ice and just jump in? Funny enough, that's how I started, because as a martial artist, I kind of pride myself being, the tough bloke, right? The tough bloke who's nothing is too overwhelming for me. So when I first came across cold therapy, I went and bought, actually, it's like 4 bags of ice, 20 kilograms each. So that's about 80 kilograms of ice. I filled it with an ice tub and fill it with some water, and then in I go. And I was practicing my martial art breathing, thinking, oh yeah, I'm the man. I was there and I was sitting there. At that time, I didn't know anything about cold therapy, how long I should be in there for. I just thought I'm gonna melt all the ice. So I was sitting there and then feeling calm and composed. 45 minutes later, I thought, yeah, maybe I should get up. I was getting bored just sitting there doing nothing, and my kids were throwing more ice water on my face, and they melted all the ice. Just when I was starting to get out, I realized I can't quite move my legs. And I was like, OMG. Like, I was literally, panicking. So I told, and my kids was putting more ice on my face. Get out, go and tell mom. And I just struggled to barely get out of the bath. I jumped in the shower and I was shaking like a leaf. And it took me about 2 hours to warm back up. I was looking at my body temperature. I think it was 34.5 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You can do the conversion, but I was hypothermic. And that's what not to do. So I'm sharing my experience. As embarrassing it is, I was actually quietly proud the first time I did ice bath that I melted all the ice with my body heat, but then not proud of the fact that I was stupid to get myself hypothermia. So don't do that. Okay? So, but what do you actually do? This is what you do to start cold therapy today. Beginner. Okay, start there. Don't be arrogant and proud like me. Just take a regular hot shower, right? Take the regular hot shower and last 30 minutes. Turn your tap to full cold for 30 seconds. Okay, regular hot shower and then turn full blast cold water only for 30 seconds. When you first try it, you'll go, it's okay. You'll calm down. You'll survive. You'll survive. Right? This is the opportunity for you to practice mindfulness. Mind over matter, mind over body, mind over matter, mind over body, mind over matter, mind over body. Just repeat yourself and let yourself enjoy the calm that comes after that 30 seconds. You feel great. I promise you that. Just try this. Then increase your cold shower period by 30-second increments every 4 days and work your way up to maybe 1 minute of hot shower, just 1 minute, and the rest of it is just completely cold. Great news, this will save your heating bill. If anything, this is going to save you money. Using cold water to have a shower is going to save you a lot of money and happen to be good for you. Okay? So that's where I would start if I were you. Don't go do what I do this way. This is the proper way. Intermediate, you might start to transition to ice bath. Okay, start with just a cold water bath, and you can leave that water there for a couple of days. That's fine, Or if you want to put some pool salt, a bath salt, that's a what do you call it? So you can put some bath salt to sanitize it if you want to leave it, save water and use it for multiple days, but have a cold bath. Even better if you have some kind of huge bucket that can fit your body in outdoors, put it outdoors. If outdoors is actually indeed cold enough. Okay, so take a water bath and just know that water bath is very different to a shower. Okay, it's much more intense. So do it for 2 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, and work your way up to about 10 minutes. And that's the temperature you're looking for, 12 to 15 degrees Celsius or 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's what you're looking for in terms of a cold bath. Okay, now the advanced, of course, progress to ice bath. Lower the bath temperature with ice to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. Take a dip 3 to 4 times a week and work your way up to 50 minutes over 3 weeks. Right? Take your time. Now, if you don't want to go to advanced, even 2 minutes, even 1 minute in there is going to have beneficial. The idea is you just got to get cold enough to have a bit of shiver, to trigger that shivering effect, and then you're getting benefit out of that. Okay, so that is a progression, and of course you can pay to get proper cold therapy. I wouldn't say proper, but expensive cold therapy like cryogenic therapy. That is your choice, and I've done that in several places several times. Quite an interesting experience. Very expensive, but you can get a lot of benefit. Just do that at home. But so the benefit of going to a clinic is they do other forms of cold therapy, like over your face, giving you a cold, like a liquid nitrogen facial, and that's also really good for having younger looking skin. Okay, another side benefit I didn't mention: cold therapy actually it stimulates collagen production, which reduces wrinkles, and that is what will give you a bit of a face uplift without the surgery. So if you can find a cold therapy clinic to do the face, fantastic, or maybe just dip your face into the cold. Okay, so that's what I recommend to start off with. Just start gradually with a Nordic inspired approach, and that will be a great start for you. Okay, and what I find really powerful is when you do the ice bath, to also, before the ice bath, practice the Tumo inner fire breath. You can do a lot of Googling to find out what that is, or the Wim Hof technique. Just do that, not inside the bath, because when you do those breaths, it's quite intense. Some people do black out. You do not want to black out in a bath because you can drown. Okay, so make sure when you do the Tumo breath, do it outside the bath, then dive in. Okay, got it. Cool. Frequently asked questions. All right, let's go through them. Stephen, I cannot stand the cold. Right, I cannot stand the cold. Well, It's like a mental gym. You know, we don't train warriors by getting them to sit on a couch and just watch Netflix. We train warriors by pushing them hard. Now, when you train and overcome your mental obstacle and experience cold, you will learn so much about yourself. The experience in overcoming your mental obstacle will help you build your own personal confidence, right? Because if you can conquer this, what else can you conquer? What else can you achieve? It's one of those things that's, it's initially it's like, oh, this is so hard, but it's a micro thing, right? Just start. Don't debate it in your mind. Just start, and that is how you can progress, how you can get your mind to become tougher, to be calm in stressful time, to be calm even when everything's going wrong, because you know you can accomplish this thing that's been blocking you. And that's what you're teaching yourself. Code is your teacher. Code can teach you things about yourself. Review things about yourself. Review your weaknesses. And let code teach you how to toughen your mind. Okay? So, another question. Can I warm up after? Right? Does that negate all the benefit? Well, that's the thing. Yes, you can. You can jump into a sauna if you like and sweat it out. And that cold and hot can create double the benefit. So that is not a problem, right? It's just the intense cold will already trigger what's known as the cold shock proteins and starts to help your body adapt. So yes, you can, right? Now, you can choose not get too hot unless you deliberate. The way I think about it is when you warm up, just warm up enough to feel reasonable. That'll give you a benefit. But if you really want to warm up to get benefit from the heat, do it properly. Go to the sauna and do that, not just warm up a little bit. I find that I got more benefit by letting the cold persist a little while rather than just like getting really warmed up straight away. Okay, I hope that answers your question. All right, your action today. Your action. Try a cold shower. It's free. You save money. Why not? Okay, so give it a go. Share your experience in the community. Share your shock. And share how you feel afterwards. And don't forget, as you notice improvement, share in your community. Share how well you sleep. Share after this. Maybe you're doing cold during the day or you do cold before bed. Share your experience with the community, okay, and how that impacts your sleep. Let us know. I look forward to seeing you next time, and thank you for joining me in this module. I want you to have awesome sleep, great energy, and great focus. God bless you.